Shalom Akyam, Wa'akwathyam. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akakudash. I'd like to proceed this lesson with giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well and teach one, man. You know, in regarding to this truth, which you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians are the true children of Israel, man. You are the true chosen people, man. The holy people, man. Not those small hats over there in the land of Israel, which they claim, man. Anyway, without further ado, I got this verse right here. You know, and I was just scrolling through, through Instagram earlier, man, and I seen this, this on the post, man. And I was just meditating on it, and I just got out the gym. So the first thing I had loaded on this page, on my Safari page, was this verse, man. So, I'm just going through the spirit, and I wanted to touch up on this, man. I'm going to read it. The book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 32. In the King James Version, it reads, "It is Yahweh that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect." And Yahweh Bashing Al Shine, gave us the instructions on how to live, man. Let's see if I can get it in the NLT real quick. Psalms 18:32 in the NLT. God, Yahweh arms me with strength and he makes my way perfect. It's better said in the KJV. Let's see. It is Yahweh that girdeth me with strength and making my way perfect, man. Because at the end of the day, man, this flesh, might want to do different things, man. That may not be beneficial to the body, man. Beneficial to the walk, to your walk, man. Some things may be a hindrance, man, and you gotta, get rid of those things. Talking to myself first and foremost, man. Because we're still in these chains of darkness, man. So brothers know, man. Certain temptations may come, man, and you gotta, keep the Lord in your thoughts, man, at all times, man. Because, the flesh might give you advice to go do some other shit, like, let's go do this, or, man, Shaitan, man, those spiritual darts, man. You be getting hit with them, man. But, they always make you feel good in that time, man. But this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. It reads, "Trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding," man. So it's best not to give into those thoughts, man. Those wicked thoughts that you may get. It may be a normal day at work, man. A normal day at work, man. You're just chilling, and some weird shit pops up, man. That's your time, man. Those are those spiritual darts, man. But going back to, certain, the mindset you got to keep, man. Keep your Yahweh Shai in your mind, man, to fight off those thoughts, man. Don't give in and don't entertain those thoughts, man. Because, once you entertain those thoughts, one thing can lead to another, man. And, it can lead you to go off, man. We know, let me get this precept. We know this precept right here, man. I'm going to just get the whole chapter real quick. Ephesians chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 11. It reads, "Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore," let me speak on verse 12, man. "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." You gotta, people in the, they say, people in the world, you gotta crucify, you know, nail up your temptations, you know, something to that effect, man. You gotta crucify your desires and lust of the flesh, man. It's verse 13, and it reads, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand in the evil day, and having done all to stand," man. You know, but that's going more down the line. You know, but I just wanted to, you know, do a little, quick hit on that, man. You know, I got to get out of here, man. You know, but with that, I hope the elect was edified. I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash, Shalom.